Hello and welcome back to Barkerways. So here we are back in the engine bay. Something I thought I'd share with you that's coming up a lot now. People always ask how much is it to rebuild engines, how much is it to carry out this work. But what we're finding is the work we need to do is a lot more than we used to do. So for example, we've got two Dino engines at the moment that we're doing. There's two blocks here. What's happened, I mean, these are 1970s blocks, so they've been machined once. So what happens is it wears a little bit. You machine the bore, make it bigger, buy the next size up piston. You can do that sort of twice, but then the walls get too thin. So what you then have to do, and in this case it was worn and it was already maxed out, so we've had to get the machining done. So we've had to machine the bores out, have some sleeves made, and re-sleeve the block back down to a standard size again, and then start again on the piston sizes. So that you can understand that's a lot of machining that's involved. And also, once you start machining blocks, you've still got to protect all the numbers. The important thing on these is the numbers. So once you start machining tops, and on Dinos the numbers on the gasket face, so you don't want to lose that. So it gets very delicate, very time consuming and very specialist in the work that you have to do. So the crucial bit with piston liners is they don't move. So this is an old liner, so you can see it's got a step here, so that fits in the block and it'll fit that way, and then you've got the head that sits on the top. So when we're doing a re-sleeve, we can't sleeve it all the way through, because if the sleeve moves then you're in a real load of problems. So it's got to have a step halfway down to locate it. This is the main block area. So what we've done is machined down here, and you can see where that colour change is. There's about a 5 or 8 mil step of the original bore. So the liner, which is this new bit, can't move. So it's stepped at the bottom, and then the gasket will fill it in the top. So it's not just a case of machining all the way through. You've only got to machine part of the way down, so it's got a recess to push against. So it definitely won't move. Machining the block, making a liner, machining the liner, warming up the block, pressing it into the casing. Then what we do, you can see these little hatch marks. It's then being bored to the exact size of the piston, and I've said before, these little score marks, they're vital. So what happens is that allows a little bit of oil, because you've got oil this side, allows some oil to lubricate the bottom half of the piston. So you do need the cross hatching as well. So this will now get cleaned and washed off, ready for assembly. So you can see from here, looking at the second block we have done, you can just see on the top here, there's about 2 or 3 mil of you can just see the colour change on the metal of how thick the liner is. So we've now made basically the hole smaller, so we're back down to a standard size piston again. But this is the sort of extent you can imagine. Yes, there's a big cost to this, but there's a lot of expertise. Also, we can keep the original block, because you can't buy blocks, so we've got to refurbish the old ones, but the amount of work we have to do to keep these old cars going is getting more and more and more.